Hey guys, welcome back to Godzillathon, and I'm definitely sorry about last week how I did not even post another episode. It's probably because I was really sick. Like I was having a fever, I kept sneezing a lot, and it bothers me so much of it. So yeah, it was pretty upsetting, to be honest. Stuff, but what the hell? I don't give a shit right ever. So also, I don't want to see any more comments like, okay, I know there was a WonderCon thing for Godzilla King of the Monsters and the IMAX that was going to show up in IMAX and stuff like that. For some reason, I never got to see it in IMAX. For some reason, I planned to see Shazam, but not in IMAX, because I don't really care about seeing that movie in IMAX and stuff like that. Okay, the movie was pretty good, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it looks super fascinating in IMAX. It just looks, I mean, it's more of a, okay, you have a standard type DC movie and stuff like that. But yes, I did see it. I liked it better than Captain Marvel. I thought Captain Marvel was really disappointing. Definitely my least favorite MCU film and stuff like that. So yeah, with that being said, it's time for me to finish the 3. There are 3 more episodes to go, and speaking of which, we are now on episode 32. I think it's 32, is it? Maybe, yeah, it is 32. Okay, yes, episode 32, and wow, this movie is really boring. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm talking about Godzilla, Planet of the Monsters, also known as the original title, Godzilla Monster Planet. You know, this movie should have been called Godzilla It's almost close. It's so close enough to be called Godzilla Monster of Monsters, even though that was being generous and originated. Like, yes, it's legendary. That's what the game was. But this movie is, I don't know how to put up with it, but this movie is, I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, this movie's gonna be awesome. What could go wrong? I saw it, and I don't know. This movie, yes. Now that I've seen this movie and the trilogy, all 3 of those are definitely on my list of my top 10 least favorite Godzilla movies. So, and this movie is no exception. So, but I do find it somewhat entertaining. Somewhat like, oh, yeah, it was okay. It was alright, stuff like that. But at the same time, this movie is nothing special. Like, it's nothing special compared to, like, Shin Godzilla or the legendary Monsterverse. Like, no way. And this movie came out the same year as Kong Skull Island, which is much more successful and better. So, I don't know. So, shocking enough, this movie came out, like, months, like, I don't know how, like, before or after the death of Haruo Nakajima. Oh my god, I'm so sad. Haruo Nakajima died. It was emotional. He was a great man. He's a great man. Haruo Nakajima, the man who was the first actor to play Godzilla in the rubber suit, ended up in Godzilla vs. Gigan. I mean, I did review it. I did review Godzilla vs. Gigan. So, this movie, God, not only it's sad that one of the characters is somewhat of a tribute to Haruo Nakajima, but the movie is just, I don't know how to put up with it, but I didn't like it. Well, you could say that again, because I don't think this movie's perfect, but without further ado, let's just get to the movie. Fuck it, let's just go. So, the movie opens up with that's inside of a gigantic mothership or something. No, nothing like Godzilla Final Wars. This is a different one. Probably around the 21st century. We met one of our human characters. Horora Sakaki, voiced. He was voiced by Mamura Mayahano. I don't care. Forget about the actors and stuff like that. Just characters. Horora Sakaki is probably a tribute to Horora Nakajima, if I am correct. So, like, I think, yeah, he is actually. Probably. I mean, Horora Nakajima died on August 7th, 2017. So, yeah, it's a really sad thing. And this movie came out in, like, November in Japan's theaters. It came out in 2018 in America on Netflix. So, yes, I watched all three of them on Netflix. I can't believe I have to watch them again. But anyways, we meet Horora inside of some kind of a ship or a pod, whatever. So many charges and everything. People ask us to say, like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Or something like that. And he's like humanity has lost their mind. And you people need to understand the point that we need to get back to Earth or stuff like that. And they kept denying Horora's words. Especially the world thinks he's crazy. Like, the people inside that mothership. Yes, those people belong to Earth, but which we'll get to it soon. Horora's grandfather stated decided to kill himself by going inside of a ship, which caused a massive explosion. Until Horora gets arrested for trying to escape. So he gets arrested for trying to escape. He saw his grandfather dying in the process of a ship, and he gets pissed off. By the way, guys, I just want to warn you all that Horora is not a likable protagonist. He is not one of those. So, okay, sure, Luke Skywalker was whining. In A New Hope, he was really whiny. That's what Luke Skywalker was. But at least Luke is much more smarter and sustained of what his father dealt with until he became a Jedi and stuff like that. Horora is whiny too, obviously, and he's not no, he's more of a full rage temper. You don't really like him. Every time he talks angry, you're like, oh my god, shut the fuck up. We get it. Do you have to go crazy again? That's how I feel with Horora. You just can't stand the way he acts. It really, really doesn't make any sense. It's like, what the fuck is going on? So anyways, then we cut to the past of what Earth has fallen for. Of course, the flashbacks, we see these monsters like Kamacuras, Dagara from Rebirth of Mothra 3. I mean, finally we see Dagara we finally see a kaiju from the Rebirth of Mothra trilogy inside of a Godzilla movie. They need to put Grand Ghidorah and Death Ghidorah sometime. I don't know. But anyways, we see Kamacuras, Dogora from the movie Dogora that came out in 1964, same year with Mothra vs. Godzilla and Ghidorah, the Three-Headed Monster. That thing made a cameo. We see a flashback of it. I mean, this movie is made by Toho, of course. Yeah, Dogoro's made by Toho. We saw Hedorah alongside the corpse of both Anguirus and Rodan. And we even see Orga made a cameo too. So, and then of course, we hear Horora's narration to the opening of Humanity Suffered, and even by its worst nightmare, Godzilla. So, oh man, Godzilla looks really fat. I'm sorry, this Godzilla is 100% a fucking fat ass. Oh my god. What the fuck am I looking at? Why is Godzilla fat? Well, I'll get to it in a moment. But anyways, so we see these monsters. The aliens from other planets. They're like, they're not like exilians. They're like, we will take over your world and stuff like that. No, they're like, we want to help you, like evacuate Earth, so we could stop Godzilla. So we get to see Horora as a child asking where his parents are to his grandfather when he was a child, and he's like, oh, they're in the bus. They're about to catch up. Look, until they said like, oh my god, it's Godzilla, and they all start running for fears. And Godzilla killed Horora's parents. So he gets so upset during the death of his parents. So years pass by. Horora is still pissed after what Godzilla had done on Earth and stuff like that. It might be a little bit confusing with how I could say with Godzilla, but anyways, so we see all that and blah blah blah. Who gives a shit? So then we cut to present day, where Horora woke up with a horrible nightmare, and in this room is probably the one who guides him, Medphyses. This guy, I want to tell you all that he's probably my favorite character of this trilogy, because there's just something interesting about him that I actually like. But we'll get to it. So Horora asks, like, what are you doing here, Medphyses? And he's like, oh, nothing, just guiding you, stuff like that. He said, do you think your god will have to... Well, something about his god and stuff like that. Yeah, he actually mentioned his god, like, which was never explained until the third movie, or probably the end of the second movie for this trilogy. So yeah, his god, which is the representative for the golden. Wait, what? Did I just tease something? Whatever. So, demise. Anyway, so they had a conversation about like we didn't just leave Earth for a reason. We left it because we just run away from that bastard. Of course, Horora mentions Godzilla is the bastard that took Earth. So, and it took like, I don't know how many years it was. So when I first hear this says, oh, for 10,000 years, I was like, that's bullshit. They can't leave Earth from there. That's probably, fuck it, never mind. But anyways, so Medphyses came into a room with Halu, Ilu, and Doodle Doo. I don't know. That's the weirdest name I've ever heard in my life. Or Rilu, Ilu. Okay, the names like those. There's three I could find on the for the characterization. Shit, that was one of my dogs. That those names are weird. They look the same. Okay, they're the guys who created for this, because we haven't seen him in the first movie. We see him in the second movie. Well, the mention that these guys created Mechagodzilla, which we're gonna get to him in the next movie. Which you're gonna love to hear my words on the second when we get to the second movie. Oh my god. So anyway, like they said, like, oh, Mechagodzilla failed, and Godzilla took over this planet and stuff like that, and Medphyses is like, oh, whatever, it's just, life is life, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm going out of order just to speed it up quickly, and I don't give a shit what the storyline is, honestly, but anyway, so after all that shit that they've been dealing with, they all decided, like, okay, let's get out, let's just go to whatever bullshit. Let's head back to Earth, like with light speed or whatever the fuck they use. Yeah. By the way, rip off the Star Wars. So, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. One of my dogs, she cannot shut up. Yeah, my dogs just can't shut up. They're palms, okay? They're palms. But anyways, so the ship heads to Earth. All the people that were there will start looking at planet Earth, and they're like, "Oh my god, this looks so beautiful!" While Horora in his selling room, he's like, "Our home, that was taken by that bastard Godzilla. So they sent drones down to Earth, like a few drones, and all of them were considerable to be destroyed. Once one of them was destroyed, and one of the guys that was like there said like could be a thunderbolt and stuff like that. They actually heard Godzilla's Millennium Roar, and yet some other captain said, "You idiot! No one will ever forget that nightmarish roar." Like everyone had something in common. So, by the way, this movie takes place in 2046. 2046. Oh my god, that dog won't shut up. Anyway, so after all that bullshit that was going on right now, like they're like, oh fuck it, what do we do or something like that. I mean, come on, it's dumb. So Mephisis actually stated like we will use any conquests or whatever it is, and then he says, well, why not release Captain Harura Sagai? Did I say that name wrong? So I'm sorry. Sakaki. I'm sorry. So Harura. So Mephisis said, "Why not release Harura Sakaki?" And the others were like, "What have you done, Mephisis?" So he went to the cell of Harura and he says, "Well, you're up." So Harura stated the plan, like say, about what the whole point with Godzilla is. Like his skin is like as thick as a shield or some shit. I don't know. So he stated like that's how much he stated, stuff like that. And one of the guys says, "This is preposterous and impossible. If we can't do harder to kill Godzilla, what else we could do to stop him?" So they don't even know what to deal with right now. It's kind of harsh for some people for the characters. So yeah. So they sent a bunch of people or a bunch of soldiers, including Harura and Mephisis, down there, and probably another one of those characters that I never mentioned, but you've seen her a lot. Her name is Yoku. I think I said the name right. The main female character, Yoku Tani. She's part of this, like part of the group. So they all went down to Earth, and you guess what? It turns out to be a forest planet. What the fuck is this shit? Everyone's wearing helmets, by the way, because they think like Earth has no atmosphere or oxygen, whatever. So no, the oxygen destroyed was not involved. No. So yes, I know I'm fasting forward because I don't give a shit. So moving on. So anyways, during that time, when they all landed or something like that, Yoku actually saw like one of the ships that landed, like that they used to land, said like, "Oh, there's a huge scratch on that ship," and Gaoku is like, I don't know what his name is, one of the guys who created Mechagodzilla, saying, "Oh, that's not good. What is that?" As it turns out to be like another monster to scratch things up. Which, oh boy. So once Harura walks with some other people, we get to see the giant monsters. Like, holy shit. Those creatures look like shit. So, and according to MIB, these creatures are mosquitoes. So, yeah. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it looks stupid. They look stupid. Those creatures. They're called they're the Servum, flying type, some type of Gals Ghidorah type things. I mean, they're dragons. So a bunch of Servums attack a bunch of people and blah 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 blah. They kill most of them while the rest retreated. So Godzilla shows up and. So, yes, I'm fasting forward too much for it because really, I don't give a shit about this movie. Like, so Godzilla like rises up. He kind of attacked or something, some armies and stuff like that. One of the guys who was with Harora and stuff like that, he used one of the machines or something like that. That looks kind of weird to me. It looks like a super battle droid from Star Wars. I don't know. So he uses that to fight Godzilla alone, but then he got himself killed. What a bastard he is. So yeah. Um yeah, that I don't know. But anyway, I actually forgot to mention about Yoku she's actually having some kind of, I think this is weird. I don't know if it's just me with that both her and Harura have some kind of relationship. Yeah, they're, of course, she's the love interest to Harura, but that's in the next movie, which I'll get to that soon. So that was like before one of the guys that was with Harura, I mentioned, his the colonel, yeah, colonel, just let himself died. So Colonel Leland, yeah, he let himself die, just sacrificed his life to kill Godzilla, which never worked. Metaphysis came up to the top of one of the ships, telling like all the soldiers, including Yoku, saying like he would actually help lead the arm, lead the group to whatever. All the soldiers were bowing to him. Said, if only you could trust our new colonel, Harura. And then they were like, oh, are you serious, man? So Harura gets this awesome speech of like, well, not awesome, just like some kind of incredible speech that to take down Godzilla and everything. And everyone was like, yeah, okay, sure. So they got ready to fight. So basically, they had their all ships to fire at Godzilla, and pretty much like with too much with a lot of boring like fire powers, not super entertaining. Well, kind of entertaining, yeah. They managed to got rid of Godzilla. Like they thought they killed him. Like I was like, wait a minute, what? Like, I was confused. So they thought they had won victory, yay! Until till hours later when it's like the sunset or something, a big earthquake started to happen, and we actually see Godzilla there. So this might sound crazy. I don't know. You guys call me crazy, but that Godzilla they killed. Okay. This guy is the one that just rises up right now at the end is so big. Like he's really big. He's bigger than the one they just killed. So does that mean that the humans killed Godzilla Jr.? I am confused. How is that possible? Like they killed Godzilla Jr. Well, in this movie, it's called Godzilla Filius. I can't even say that right. Godzilla Filius. So, the one that rises up that's so big is Godzilla Earth. Yeah, fat. Like I said, he's a fat ass. So, he destroyed everything around him, and at the end, we see Honoro's like, you bastard. I'll kill you! Like, the word we always know of. He says that. And then it cuts to the credits. Oh, wait. There's an after-credits scene where we saw a native girl, like, healing up Harura. Like, I was like, what? Like, she comes out of nowhere. Well, until I saw the second movie, which we'll get to that in a moment. So, the second movie, I wish I could say who it is, but I'm sure you guys know it. You saw the movie. But anyways, that's all I can say about this movie. Yes, that was super quick. That was one of the quickest reviews I've ever done in my life. Not the quickest, because I found this movie to be very, very boring. Like, I don't really care that much for this movie. I'm just fasting forward. Plus, I just want to get this review done in a quick possible way. I'm just being sarcastic and going quickly and stuff like that. But yeah, these characters, the effect. I do want to mention that the CG animation and the effects are like, it comes out of nowhere. Okay, I've seen other CG like anime stuff. Kirby Right Back at Ya was the best thing I've seen. It was way better than this crap. Like, Kirby Right Back at Ya is just 2D and 3D animation combined. I mean, DDD is probably the famous one to be 3D animation. But anyways, when it comes to this, it's completely CG 3D animation. Like, oh my god, what the hell am I watching? Like, it comes out of nowhere. So, basically, that's how much I can praise. So, yeah, this movie, music by, what's the music composer's name? Takayuki Hatiori. It was okay. I mean, he did okay, I guess. Well, basically, he was most famous as the composer of Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla. I mean, that was his best one. He also composed Godzilla 2000, so this one wasn't really that much better or something. So I think Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla's music was better. That's probably the best he ever done. The characters, I don't really care about them. Like I said, Metaphysis is probably the best character of this anime. Haruo Nakajima, Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up already. Shut up, man. Yoku, oh man, we're gonna have to get to the second movie with her. Holy shit. And the rest, whatever. I don't give a shit. So, yep, that's all I can say about it, but let's talk about these goddamn monsters. Well, I don't need to talk about the cameo monsters because nobody gives a shit, but there's two I want to talk about. One is the Servum, or several different Servums. There's a lot of these bastards. So, yeah, well, you can see right here, you're thinking like, oh, it's a Ghidorah-type Gauss ripoff. Which, it's true. But when you see these things with other kaijus, yeah, according to Monster Island Buddies, these are mosquito monsters. They're like mosquitoes. Like, they're super annoying to deal with. That's what I see. And, like you've seen, whenever you see them, all you can think of is, like, these things are stupid, okay? They're not cool. They're not, oh my god, this is so cool, and stuff like that. No, they're more like, they're more like a joke, okay? These things are a joke. Speaking of a joke, holy shit, we gotta talk about Godzilla. Wow. What can I say about this Godzilla that hasn't been said already? He is the biggest, tubbiest incarnation I've ever seen in my life. And I say tubbiest because he's such a fucking fat ass. That is the biggest, the most fat ass Godzilla I've ever seen in my life. And I discussed about the Godzilla Jr. Confusion, and then we made Godzilla Earth. The biggest, the most fat ass I've ever seen in my life. This Godzilla is a fucking fat ass. So, his atomic breath, okay, it's a blue rendition to the atomic beam you've seen in Shin Godzilla. Like, it is. But he is basically inspired by the 2014 Godzilla, yes, but the spines are different. He is much more fatter, and he looks like a fucking hag. So, no, not the hag like you see, like the evil, like old, like hag, like, yes, like the evil queen's disguising as a hag. I mean, this Godzilla is a fucking hag and a fat ass. Like, look how fat he is. How could you tell that that's your average Toho Godzilla? Okay, I don't get this. I don't get this. So I don't know what can I say about that. It's a fucking joke. That is a joke. So I don't understand. I understand the one of the YouTubers, D-Man1954, totally respect the anime and the director's like choice of a storyline, stuff like that. I mean, I don't know, like, so, but at the same time, when I'm looking at the design, I I just I don't believe this. I don't fucking believe this. It's just I don't even see how that is cool when it's not that cool. It looks like shit. This is shit. Okay, listen. I understand the anime does have its fans, and I'm totally understand that. I understand what you guys love and stuff like that, but I'm sorry. I am so sorry about bashing all over the design. I am so sorry, and I always bash on this trilogy like most other people are, but every time I look at this movie, I'm just disappointed. I am totally disappointed. Like, I thought it was like, when I first saw it, I was like, it was okay. But the second time I saw it, I was like, ugh, I just fell asleep because I thought it was so boring. So, yes, I know this is probably one of the quickest reviews ever, but with that being said, I know this movie might have been introduced to people who are not Godzilla fans, but in case they have not seen it, I do not recommend this movie to people who are not Godzilla fans, unless they're super curious on to do a marathon and stuff like that. But still, I mean, if you have never seen this movie and you're curious to watch it, okay, that's fine. But you could only watch it on Netflix because the entire trilogy is already on Netflix. That's an exclusive for America. So, with that being said, my rating for this movie, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 10. I know. I'm so sorry, guys, but I had to put that rating score right there because I don't find this movie that good. I don't find it perfect. So, yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I know this is probably one of the most disappointing. This is probably one of the most disappointing things we got for Godzilla that's around this decade, around the 2010s. Since 2014, like, okay, there was something before 2014, like NES Godzilla Creepypasta, the actual story, and Goji 73's narration. So that was before 2014. So in the 2010s era, this is probably one of the most disappointing things ever. So alongside the other two things we're gonna review. So 4.5 out of 10, and I'll see you guys in the fucking sequel. So this is SB Goji Fan signing off. Thanks for watching, and bye. One more before I want to end this review. I do want to make this kind of quick update that I might be gone for 2 weekends. Like, I'm not gonna even be part of YouTube right now for 2 weeks. Whoa, what I'm trying to say is I'm not gonna even post another episode for 2 weeks for some weird reason. One of the weekends is my Easter weekend. I have to be around with my family. Another weekend is like my test week. Like, I cannot be involved that time, so it seems unlikely that the next episode will be around that time, but I will promise you the last 2 episodes will be around the beginning of May, like the first weekend of May. That's where it's gonna be around the next episode, and then after that, the next weekend it will be the last episode. So yeah, the next 2 episodes of Godzillathon will be like out next month. So this will be the only episode right now that I will be posting for just this month, and the next month the final 2 episodes, which would lead up to Godzilla King of the Monsters. So I promise you guys, I will post so soon, but for 2 weeks I can't be around. I am working. I have to be around with my family, and not to mention that it's most likely my tests. I have a lot of tests to go with for college, so it seems unlikely right now. So with that being said, I'm out of here. Thank you very much. Thank you for understanding what I'm trying to deal with. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you'd like to. And remember, this is SB Goji Fan signing off. Bye again.